Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of right here at the end of this big long riffle, and it pulls out a little bit. I'm just gonna see if I can swing some streamers through, see if we can get a fish on that fly we tied. Okay, perch on this rock. Got a white streamer there. All right, start close. Okay. Oh, I missed. Oh my goodness, I missed twice. Darn it. Okay. So it looks like that swing, and I just got to stay connected to it. Oh my goodness. I can't stay hooked up. That's all right. That's all right. Here we go. There we go. Oh my gosh. So they're all in here. I've been throwing so many small bugs recently, I've kind of lost my rhythm. So I should be sweeping more than I am. That's all right. There we go.
Oh, nice. Bull trout.
Yeah. Shit.
Are you kidding me? Look at that on the streamer.
Doing something I've never seen fish do here, so that's awesome.
You know what?
Thank you, Fran.
You need to talk about that streamer.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did you get... Okay, he's free.
Because that's the bull trout, dude. Let's talk about that streamer, and then maybe you can show them how to make one.
So, very simple streamer, just a white rabbit strip, rainbow dubbing. The whole idea is minimalistic and really heavy. So we're just punching through the foam on the other side and just kind of getting it to skitter along. Did not expect a bull trout to be doing that. So that's pretty cool. That was neat. All right. Well, you came along with us on a streamer shenanigans. You're gonna see how to tie this really effective streamer and hopefully get some more ideas on how to fish them as well. They're not just a one-trick pony. You can do quite a bit with them, and now is the time to be fishing them. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell. Let us know what you want to see next. Tight lines, everyone. All right, Jose Carey from Vice Outdoors. So you got to see that streamer in action and catching some fish and doing some nonsense. Now let's put it together and let's tie it. This is what I like to call a guide fly, because this is an easy fly. It's supposed to be done quickly, down and dirty, and effective, okay? So we're gonna start with, honestly, your favorite jig hooks. This is a size 6 Masu. I believe it's the J5, but I really like this hook. It's very stout, and it's especially good for when you're gonna Euro nymph. Then I'm gonna go with a 4.6 millimeter bead, tungsten, slotted. Pretty big bead. You can go bigger, but I think there's kind of some diminishing returns with it. Now I'm gonna put this on like so, load it into the vise. Okay. Now I'm using just red thread UTC 70. You can use any other, like honestly any color you want, it will work well. I think red and orange are nice because it gets a little bit of a hot spot there. So I'm just gonna come here, start my thread, and I'm gonna just build up a thread dam behind my bead. And this is where thicker thread will help in making sure to, whoops, expedite that, that part and avoid what I just did, which is breaking the thread. But that's part of the game. We'll come right back to it. Restart it. Okay. I'm going to just cut both of these tags. Okay. Now, this is Zonker strip in white. You can do this with any color that you like, but white is hands down one of my favorite colors to use in streamers. You want to make sure that it's not a cross cut. You don't want a cross cut for this. And that is going to lay nice and flat down the back. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to tie it in with the grain facing downwards, not up, because this is a jig hook, so it's going to flip over on us. So I'm going to tie this downwards. Okay, I'm going to just set that right on top. And I'm going to push this leather piece all the way up to the back of the bead. And I'm going to wrap it on there. All the way on. Then I'm going to come back about half the shank. I have a very short shank, so I'm doing about half the shank. If you have a long shank jig hook, then you may want to only go about a third of the way. Oh, there we go. I was noticing my bead was not seated correctly. There we go. Like so. Now, that we have this tied in, we're going to grab, my favorite is this Senyo's Fusion Dub Rainbow. And again, you can change this for any color you like, but with the white, I think this does really, really well. And I'm just gonna come over here and do what I call clump dubbing on here. I'm gonna kind of line up these fibers a little bit, set it on, and do one loose wrap, and let it go, and it kind of pulls all that material all the way around. And pull it straight back, wrap over. And I'm gonna work my way forward. Same thing, I'm just gonna strip this, even it out, put that on. I can't stress enough how not pretty this fly needs to be. It does not need to be very much to be very effective. I'm gonna finish with one last bit right behind the bead. I'm just gonna strip this again. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier here, just a little bit, and I will pull out all the extra. I'm gonna go right to the bead, wrap that on, pull it back, like so. And then I'm going to build a good amount of thread. Goodness gracious, broke it again. But I'm going to build a good amount of thread right behind this bead so that we can have a nice strong whip finish. And something you should absolutely do is make sure that you are putting head cement on your whip. That's going to make your flies last significantly longer. Now, let's see if I can actually whip this fly this time. Go through like so. Cut these tags. Perfect. Now I got a good amount of thread, just enough of a hot spot. Gonna whip. I'm gonna whip twice for good measure. Whoop. Just once then. Guide flies, they got to be quick. And then I'm going through and I'm just pulling out all of that extra material. All of that extra material. Now, I'm not going to leave this super long tail, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take that off and I'm going to cut this right where these materials end. I'm going to cut that leather. And then I'm going to pull this aside, just separate those hairs, because you don't want to cut straight across. You want it to have a nice tail. I'm going to come here, cut just the leather. There we have it. A very simple and effective jig streamer. All right. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking. We're going to edit this out. What should I wrap up with for the time portion?
Thanks for watching, staying with us, watching another video.
Yeah.
You could emphasize that this thing is really effective on bull trout, as you saw.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do that real quick. Now, as you saw, this is an extremely effective fly, including bull trout. You don't have to have massive flies to catch bull trout. Even small ones in the right place and at the right depth are going to catch fish. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thanks for sticking around with us. Hopefully you learned a little something and have a new fly and a couple new tools for your own arsenal as well. As always, feel free to like and subscribe, and please leave your questions down below for us.